Hey everybody, and welcome to the video. Sorry about my hair, but today we were going to do a DIY, but that's going to be tomorrow. But today I had a great idea. We're going to make an oobleck. If you don't know what an oobleck is, it's basically water and cornstarch. Water and cornstarch make this, what scientists don't know if it's a liquid or a solid. So when you pick it up, it's like a solid, but just when you don't let any pressure on it, it turns into a liquid. It's so cool. It'll take a long time to make. So the only thing we need is cornstarch, this little pan right here that we're gonna put the water in, and it's basically really easy. The only thing you have to do, this is instructions. I've done this. I got this off YouTube. It's really fun to make. So you want to put about, I've already done this plenty of times. Not very much. About. Now you're gonna boil a little bit more. Hold on. About. Let me show you guys. It's really hard to see because of the oil, but so it's not very much. It's about. You know what? Actually, a little bit more. It's a little bit more than halfway, right? So after we have that, my dad thinks that there's way too much. So you can't see the water, but you can see basically the pan. We're going to take the cornstarch, and we also need, a tablespoon measurer. That should be right here. Hold on, guys. I don't know where the measurer is. Get back to you guys when we find the measure. Sorry guys, we just found those and it's totally in place. So we're gonna get the 1 tablespoon, and we're gonna get about 5-6 tablespoons, and we're gonna dump that in to the water, right? So it's gonna look really weird. When I first did it, it looked really weird. You can see I'm just literally putting in my 3rd tablespoon, and tablespoon, or this is, in some families, you want to be very careful. You always want to ask your family or your parents about doing this, because in some families, this can be very hard, this can be very expensive, but we don't use cornstarch very much. Alright, so I put in about, let's actually put in one more. I always like to put in a little extra, just to make it that extra thickness. I put in about 5 or 6. See, I put in all the, let that focus. I put in all the cornstarch, and now you have to wait 30 to an hour minutes waiting for it. So I'm also going to play with it a lot, but then you just got to clean up. That's all you have to do. Those are the only things. So see you guys in 30. So guys, we have good news and bad news. The good news is it worked. We got our oobleck right here. We got our oobleck. I had to dump out a little water. Bad news is it didn't come out as a lot of oobleck. So I'm going to take the foil like I did, and I'm going to try to surround it where it's a lot, so it's in one big area instead of spreading out, so I'll have a lot of oobleck. Oh my, all the oobleck sink to the bottom. That's where it all went. Okay, so we got our oobleck here. I got a little spoon so I can show you guys a bunch of examples. So, this is our oobleck. It just looks like, if you know what queso is, queso that you eat. It's not queso, so don't eat it. But I'm going to show you guys something. It's actually really cool. Okay, so I have a spoon here, right? I'm going to just pick up a little bit of this, and then look. Just like a liquid, right? Just like maybe orange juice or anything, right? But now I'm going to pick it up with my hands. This is the best part. Okay, so I have the exact same thing, but if you pick it up and you start playing with it, it's like let me try to get a lot. It's hard when you play with it. It's hard to explain, but it's literally hard. But then when you stop playing with it, it's like it's not best oobleck in the world, honestly, but I can't exactly get a good bit of it. I don't know why, but I can't touch it. But you guys can kind of see, I don't exactly know. It didn't exactly work like I planned it. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it all over again. See you guys when I do it all over again. So guys, I actually decided I'm going to put in the cornstarch first, but I'm not going to have any of the foil. And I'm also going to do a few things so you guys can see. I'm going to put a couple books up. But same thing. But this time I'm not going to really use the tablespoon. I'm just going to dump in a bunch. Not a lot, but there's actually not really much anymore. So let's just dump very slowly in here. A good amount. Okay, here we go. So there wasn't very much more, so I just did the rest of it. So we got a lot. So now we're gonna add in, of course, the water. So once we get in the water, I'll bring you back down the water. Not very much at all. I put a lot less. So now we're gonna get our mixer. I didn't get a whisk. I got this thing so I can actually stir. I didn't stir it last time. That's one of the reasons it didn't work too well. Oh, it's already starting to form at the bottom. I didn't put foil on this one, so hopefully it'll come off easy. So now it's actually coming together in clumps. It's really hard to stir. Yeah, I'm really trying to stir it. I want to get the whisk, but I know this will be just fine. Okay, so let's start mixing it. You guys can see what I'm doing through this little, you guys see through this little hole right here. I'm actually literally just mixing it. You guys might want to just skip ahead, so you guys can already get the little action. You guys have already probably seen me do by just skipping ahead, but I can't do that. I gotta go very, very slowly. Okay, whenever I do this, like waves come. Okay, so be back to you guys when hopefully it'll start working. So guys, we're in the middle of making it, and I had a great idea, and I found dye. So I put in a bunch of green dye so you guys can see it better, and it just looks really cool. And I'm gonna mix it up just a little bit more. I put like 6 drops, and when I should have only put 1. But hopefully that'll really make it look cool. See you guys when hopefully it's done. So guys, I just got it's all done, and I'm really excited. So it really turned out really green and gooey. But you guys can see a little bit of it, but I'm gonna be picking it up and stuff so you guys can see it in that way. But the very first pickup, oh yes. So you guys can see how it's like when I do this, it's nice and like hard, but just when I let go, it turns right into a liquid. It's so cool. Let me get a bunch of it. Oh yes. Look at this. Okay. So if I bunch it all up, it becomes a solid, right? But when I let it go, it instantly becomes a liquid. Instantly. Let's do that one more time. Get tons and tons of it. So if you bunch it up, it's like a solid, right? So maybe a couple of it's down, but it's mostly solid. But just when you let go, it all becomes a liquid. But if you bunch it up, of course, it'll stop. If you let go, it's so cool. So if we had more, I could like punch it, but I'm not gonna punch it because there's a little bit of water in here. So I'm trying to like really get it all one little place. Oh, that is just so cool. That's just too cool. Damn, I'm gonna jump. Oh, my dad's giving me a wipe right now. So then I'm gonna dump out some of the water so we can really have all the goo. Sorry, Dexter. Okay. Hopefully this will work. Okay. Yeah, you always this can't just come off by its own, or you can't just pick it off. Let me just dump out some more real quick for you guys. Okay, so I dumped some of it. It's a lot less, but now it's just mostly the solid, stuffy stuff.
That's it.
Okay. So, after playing with it, washing off my hand, it's really just liquid. There's nothing really else. You guys really saw how it was just so cool. So that was my video of the day. I know I haven't been videoing in a long time because I've been doing school. I had a bunch of tests over this week. Because it's close to spring break and we just gotta get on all the tests. Fall break, sorry. But that was basically it for today. Stuff tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to do a DIY, which will be a little preview. DIY gummy, DIY Jello mustaches, tiny mustaches, and it'll be really cool. So that was it for today. If you guys like, please hit that like button. Always leave a positive comment. Lately, we haven't gotten any positive comments. I really want a positive comment. That makes my day, other people's day if they're having a bad day. But thank you guys for watching, and also subscribe. See ya.